There's somebody watching this right now and you smoking and you just sitting in your room and you just thinking everything is just gonna be handed to you. Bro, I'm here to let you know, bro, you can't get nothing in this life unless you work for it. Put that blunt down right now. I don't care if you laughing, you got off work, none of that. You ain't worked hard enough. Put that joint down, put that drink down until you get your work done, until you elevate your life. Cause you ain't seen this yet. You ain't touched the amount of dollars you want to touch. So why the hell you think you able to reward yourself with smoking drinks and partying and doing all this other stuff? No, we ain't got time to party. We got time to work. Party comes later. I told myself if I had to work till I'm 50, I'll party when I'm 51. They don't understand that type of mentality, motivation, and hustle. This don't come with just smoking weed and sitting in your room. This comes with hard work, dedication, motivation, inspiration to get out of your situation. Take patience.
It's a mind thing, you know. You have to be smart enough to be able to know what you want to go after. You know, so you have to have goals in life. You know, you can't just expect everything to knock on your door.
Nobody, absolutely nobody, gives a fuck about you as much as you're going to have to give a fuck about yourself. Nobody cares about you as much as they need to care to fix your life. Even your parents, even your friends, even all the people who think they care about you, they care about you. Yeah, sure, there may be 2 or 3 people on the planet who genuinely care about you, but nobody is going to come to your bed, drag you out of bed, drag you to a job, force you to work hard, go and get you a hot bitch, and go and buy you a Ferrari. Nobody is going to do that for you. You are never going to have any of the things you want if you do not get them yourself. Nobody cares about you enough to do it for you. This is absolutely true.
All the time, every time, stay positive, believe in yourself, follow your dreams, chase your dreams. The haters, because be hating. They're going to hate. You can't let that stop.
Up early, I love it. What are you doing? Good, taking extreme, I love that. Accountability, coach ain't got to tell you. Your mama ain't got to tell you, your daddy ain't got to tell you. But that's what happened when you got an entitled spirit and you think you there already, you don't hold yourself accountable. Good, talk to me. Good, figure out your priorities. So I'm being real. What are you gonna do to separate yourself? I separated myself. I started getting up early, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll never forget a kid from Chicago told me, like, yo, E, you talking about thank God it's Monday. You release your videos on Sunday night. I said, bruh, it's Sunday in Chicago. It's Monday in Singapore. It's Monday in Australia, baby. We ain't just getting American money. We all over the world. I'm separating myself. I'm putting my stuff out on Sunday night in the shy, but in the world, it's Monday. So what are you doing to separate yourself?
Is it a lonely existence? Leadership is lonely. It is, but that's fine. I'm not going to be afraid of confrontation to get us.
Or cloud your dreams or you can't let that get in the way of your vision, bro.
Just do it. Or shut the fuck up. You got your little plan for 2024, and so do everybody else. Lock in, do that shit. Don't tell nobody your plans. Pop out silently.
Everybody gets their chance. Look, everybody's gonna get their chance. Whether you play ball, whether you play football, whether you box, whether you wrestle, whether you fucking swim, whether you want to be the next fucking Michael Phelps, you want to be the next track star, you want to be the next fucking guy that races cars and shit. If you want to design the best car, design the next phone, design the next big laptop, the next shoe, the next sock, the next pants, the next fucking hat, everybody's gonna get their turn, literally. And I want everybody to acquire this knowledge and acquire this hope. Everybody will get their turn. What you speak to the world and craving and ambition and wanting anything is the way to speak to the world. If you want something so bad and you speak it into power, you wish it into power, it's gonna happen. I'm firsthand, and I firsthand will tell you that.
God could bless you with everything you could have dreamed of: a house, internet, food, like all the most delicious foods, the fastest internet speeds, all the clothes you could have ever wanted, and you don't actually value it until you lose it. And then when it's gone, you start acting right. Yo, you shouldn't have to wait till the thing that you wanted your whole life. You shouldn't have to wait till it's all about to disappear for you to act right. You should be so grateful in all the things that you have that you've been acting right. You've been moving like you were grateful for it. Because there's, bro, like you start missing prayers. Like, bro, are you really grateful? Like you dead ass Why didn't you hit the prayer? Oh, I was too lazy.
I always knew the answer to everything is raw action.
Yeah.
The answer to everything has always been raw action. My dad had a tweet about this. He said that raw action solves all. And he used to say this. I'll give you an example. If you're a farmer and you need rain for your crop and there's no rain, you can sit there and say there's no rain, we're all going to starve. Or you can stand up and do a rain dance. Now, will your rain dance work? Perhaps not. Perhaps the rain won't come. But I would argue that you're better off standing up doing that rain dance than just sitting there waiting to die. You have to do something. Raw action solves. So when I was broke, I was never like, I'm poor, what do I do? It was, I'm poor, I have to do something. If I was broke, I'd go for a run. That's why I was such a great fighter. If I was broke, I'd sit there and go, I'm actually poor. How do I make money? Dunno. Where can I get some cash? Dunno. What work can I do? Dunno. I'll just go for a run then. And I just go for 3-mile run.
The game gonna test you. You know what I mean? The game, everything gonna test you if it's worthwhile.
Right.
And you gonna make decisions based
to where we need to go. I think it's this big misconception where people think winning or success comes from everybody putting their arms around each other and singing Kumbaya and patting them on the back when they mess up, and that's just not reality. If you're gonna be a leader, you're not gonna please everybody. And you gotta hold people accountable, even if you have that moment of being uncomfortable.
It's about being driven almost to the point where you're obsessed. But let's say it's real cold out in New York City. Let's say it's 30 degrees. You go outside, you get your gloves on, you go for a 5-mile run.
You're going to forget everything you said.
Everything I said is gone. That's motivation. Because when you get to that point of being driven and possibly obsessed, you no longer care if it's 30 degrees outside. Mm-hmm. That wind chill hits your face, you feel it, you might go back inside, but to get more clothes on to go outside. So you have to find that passion, that purpose of your life. It's different for everybody.
When it was time to start school, I thought that me and my sisters would be together, the same school, just like in Italy. But my sisters were older than I was. They were starting high school. It was very hard getting adjusted simply because I had a lot of trouble understanding English and the slang. But one thing I had in common with some of my other students and classmates was basketball. And unfortunately, because of the lack of communication with my peers, I wasn't invited to parties or friendly gatherings on the weekend. So on Fridays and Saturdays, I would go in my rec room with my basketball and basically dribble myself to sleep. And I think that was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because during those lonely hours in the rec room, I discovered the hunger, the motivation, and the desire to be the best possible basketball player that I could be. It's a great feeling to know that you set a goal for yourself and you were able to reach that goal and to knock it down.
I know there's so many people that have the ability and just refuse to get off that couch, refuse to study a few more hours, refuse to go deeper, to go further. And that's where I gain the advantage. It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks. It's miserable. It's lonely. You talk about that you were kind of, lonely by yourself. I was the same way. And that used to hurt me growing up. Now I fucking thrive in that shit. That's the only place to be.
It's on what you care about more. And without even being conscious that you're getting tested, you're going to be getting tested. And so you're going to have decisions to make. Should I, continue this lifestyle, whether it's shopping, clothes, whatever your lifestyle is, or do I got to sacrifice a little bit because I really, really care about this music and it really is important to me. So whatever I got to do, I'm going to do it. And that's going to be them distinguishing decisions, you know what I'm saying? That separate the ones that end up getting it from the ones that don't.
I mean, you can't, it's a gift and a curse. You can't want the bells and whistles and not understand the sacrifices that come with it. The work that goes into building things, sometimes you gotta be hands-on until you don't have to be. And the grind that goes with that is one that's necessary.
And what the you need to sit there and realize, whoa. I have a few years of consciousness, and even less than that, I have a few short years as a young man, because age will damage you. I mean, if you're a millionaire when you're 60, it's not nearly as good as being a millionaire at my age. I became a millionaire at 28. So you need to realize you got a few short years as a young man, you're wasting them.
How you gonna knock somebody in the world for actually trying to do something?
The amount of times when I was on my lonely path, where I was too different from the friends that I had, but not successful enough to be friends with the people that I wanted to be friends with. That's when you want people to root for you. That's when you want people to support you. Once you've already won, people are like, he's amazing, he's so good. But like, that's the time when you need it the least. And so you always have to be the person who roots for you before everyone else does. And it's usually a single clap in the auditorium for a very long period of time. It is a slow clap that's just you rooting for you. And that visual, I think, is one that you can kind of take, because it is... People struggle to do things alone. And the path of the exceptional person is one of an exception, which means that you are not with other people. And rather than fighting that or bemoaning it, see it as an indicator that you're on the right path. Because if everyone else were cheering you on, then it means you're not in the right place, because it means you're just like everyone else, and that's not where you want to be. You said, I think, it's like, if you're going through that right now, and I promise you, every single person who wants to do something with their life and has done something with their life has gone through the exact chapter that you're going through. And it's the lonely chapter. It's the chapter where you don't fit in with your own friends, but you don't have the outcomes yet to fit into a new group of friends. And you're doing this thing, you're consuming content on the internet, you're doing these free tutorials online to try and figure out how to set up a podcast, and where do I host
something? Trying. Since when has it become not cool to try? Fucking loser.
I'm not used to this shit, man. Why do so much people... You're not used to what? You're not used to... You know why people are with you right now? Because there's a natural vibe, man. And what you talking about, you're not used to it. By the way, get used to it. It's called progression. It's called an elevator that's going up.
Bro, it's gonna be trials and tribulations where it's gonna test you to stop right here. And what's gonna separate you from everybody else is, will you keep going or will you just stop?
Once I quit, I literally worked every single day for a year and a half straight. And even when I missed a day, after that a year and a half straight, I felt like I fucking let myself down. And this, man, God is my witness. When I quit my 9-to-5 job, I only worked there for 28 days. I knew it wasn't for me. I quit my 9-to-5, and from the moment I stepped foot out there, when I walked out, I went a year and a half straight of working towards where I am now. And then when I missed a day, I felt sick. Like, damn, nigga, you ain't doing enough. Nigga, how the fuck you manage to miss today when you know what the fuck you working towards?
You can do whatever you want. The world is yours. And I'm telling the young cats of our generation, don't discriminate against anybody, because we're all one generation. And that's some important shit, yo. I mean, who would have thought a ghetto kid with gold teeth and French braids from the hood would be in Vogue and GQ on the same month, at the same time, about the same. And that's when you got to figure out what's right for you, you know what I mean? And, you know, just because that's my thing, you know, and if it is your thing, you know, figure it out, do what you got to do, you know. I did what I did, and I made it in a positive way, and I feel like anybody could do it, straight up.
Don't give up, because a year ago, I was finna quit this shit. Like, it was gonna be like a hobby instead of a passion, you know? Because, I mean, I feel like after a certain point in an artist, whether they want to admit it or not, if they're not seeing results, they're gonna start doubting themselves. But I'm glad I kept going, because look, now, like, shit's paying off. So I think the main advice I give myself is just to not give up and keep striving.
This is hard work. Chat, I gotta bro, chat. I'm tired, bro. I'ma keep saying it over and over. I'm tired, bro. I don't care. Never
this thing, and then you're going through this, and you're like, is this even worth it? Because you have no signs of success, right? But if there's anything that you can take away from what we're saying right now, is that the sign of success is the hate that you get along the way. And what you can't do is bend the knee to their hate and fit back into the conformity because it's comfortable and it's warm. Because like in the Matrix, when Trinity opens the door, when Neo's about to go take the red pill and he wants to get out of the car, she says, Neo, you've been down that road and you know exactly where it leads. And I know that's not where you want to be. And then he closes the door. Like right now, this moment that you're going through is Trinity opening the door and being like, you could go back, But then you'd have to remember exactly what the reason was that you decided not to go out to begin with, just because you listen to this podcast and you consume this content, you're like, I can fucking do more than this. Like, because you are starting to live in some of that hell where you look in the mirror and you're like, I can do more. And you start to see the person that you could be. And you're like, this does start to feel like hell.
And you can't see all the cards in your hand. It's not saying the cards aren't there. It's just you haven't matured enough to see them. And there will come a time you keep going and you keep learning and you keep growing. That one day you'll look down and the card you needed was there and it's been there all along. But that ain't going to come for a while. And my encouragement to you is stop being so hard on yourself.
Get tired, bro. Never get tired, chat. Never, ever. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Y'all seen it happen here first. Word to my mother, you seen it happen here. They first.
You talk to people and they're content. They're like, oh, I'm happy with what I've got. I'm like, why? Because there's people who have a whole bunch more than you. And I was never content having a normal life. I wanted an exceptional life. I didn't want a normal car, a normal house, a normal girlfriend. I didn't want none of that. I was like, no. There's dudes out here that have the best. Why do they deserve the best and I don't deserve the best? I really believe that. And this is something I've always had inside me. I just didn't understand why I couldn't have the best stuff.
Hungry, bro. Like, yeah, I see where I'm at right now, bro, but I could lose all this within an instant. And I always remember, bro, like, I remember when I was on my camera in my regular apartment, you feel me? And shit, bro, I used to be in the non-gated community, regular apartment, bottom floor. Somebody could walk up to my door and knock on it, but like, I stayed in that bit every day, walked around with my camera and stuff like that, you feel me? And I'm not gonna say I got rich off of just like being on YouTube and stuff. Of course, there's 1,000 ways to make money, bro. I'll put y'all on the more free game about how to make money in other videos, you feel me? But like, bro, vlogging, ebooks, and all of the stuff that I did to just monetize my lifestyle and figure out different ways to make money off of what I was doing is what put me in a position of where I am now. But without putting in any type of work ethic thinking or just trying to like elevate my lifestyle, if I would have just been stuck in a tiny ass box, I would have never made it from where I was at. So what I could tell y'all folks is, bro, always keep y'all mind open. Always realize that you can accomplish anything you want to accomplish if you putting in the work and the effort, you feel me, bro? And just like stay consistent with what you're doing, bro. Consistency is key, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I could have been at 100,000 subscribers or whatever I wanted to do if I put in that work and that effort, bro. A lot of times I could say I cheated myself because in times when I could have shined the most, I fell back. You get what I'm saying? So when you got that light on you, bro, just keep going hard, keep staying consistent, keep putting out content, keep doing whatever you're doing, because at the end of the day, bro, you gonna respect that you put in all that hard work and effort when what you was looking for finally comes into fruition. You feel me? Like, it feels so good when everything that you work so hard for don't just fall into your lap. You know that you grinded for that. You get what I'm saying? So what I would tell y'all folks is, bro, like, y'all see I'm posting videos every other day. I'm trying to be as consistent as I ever been, but it's because I'm hungrier than I ever been and I want this more than I ever been. You feel me? I feel like a lot of times I was cheating myself and I'm done cheating myself. You feel me? But when it comes to these free game videos, bro, y'all gotta let me know more of what y'all want in the comment section, man. Y'all let me know more topics and more people that y'all want to see on the channel. I'm trying to get more consistent with it. As y'all can see, I've been posting every other day, like I've been said. We're gonna keep doing these videos like every other day, every 2 days and stuff like that. I'm gonna definitely keep bringing the free game content just because I enjoy doing it. I know y'all enjoy watching them, man. Thank y'all again for 15,000 subscribers, man. It's been pretty fun, like just like growing with y'all in general, because like as I learn stuff, I get to teach y'all stuff and y'all get to watch everything come into fruition, because y'all be seeing me manifesting a lot of stuff on camera and I be trying to put a lot of stuff into the works behind camera and stuff. But what I could tell y'all folks is none of this would be possible without my supporters, because a lot of times when I don't have nobody else to talk to or nobody else to look to, I could pick up a camera and I could record what I got going on, and I know that somebody will give me some type of feedback inside of the comments and stuff. So I always tell y'all folks, like, I thank y'all for everything that y'all do for me, and it's vice versa, bro. Like, anything I can do to help y'all, I continue to try to, you feel me, put out content, do anything I can to try to give back to the people that give to me, you feel me? So man, to anybody that ain't checked out my ebooks, man, the ebooks is in the bio. Y'all go check those out if y'all want to read my ebooks and see like how to grow on social media. I got an ebook on that, even though I put a lot of free game in this video, bro. Consistency, you feel me? 8-minute videos, good titles, good thumbnails and stuff. That is how you grow. But y'all could also buy the ebook, you feel me? If y'all want to get a little bit more behind the scenes, I don't tell y'all to buy anything. I ain't forcing y'all to buy nothing. If y'all